Hi, I'm Brett Jennings, and for the last 12 years, I've traveled the country to meet, mentor, and mastermind with some of the brightest and best minds both inside and outside of real estate. I've taken those ideas, brought them back to our team of experts, and sold hundreds of homes per year all across Silicon Valley, and this is how we do it. Brett Jennings here with Real Estate Experts, and I'm excited to share the next interview in our Road to a Million series, where we've been interviewing agents who are on track and pacing for at least $1 million in gross commission income in a calendar year for their business. And I'm here today with Coulter Stansell. Coulter, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I look forward to you sharing your story because you're unique in a lot of ways, Coulter. You're kind of defying the odds. First and foremost, Coulter is, we're recording this video in July of 2021, and already year to date has $24 million in business close, has another $2 million pending, and is well on his way to over $1 million in GCI in his first year in business. So pretty remarkable. And we're going to kind of dive into, Coulter's background, a little bit about his mindset and thinking that's enabling him to really capture that business and make what for many people might think is impossible possible. So Coulter, let's start off. Maybe you can share a little bit about kind of your background prior to real estate, because I think it's interesting. You had real estate experience, not as an agent, and how that might have set you up for early success here. So share with us a little bit. How did you actually kind of get into real estate on the sales side?
Sure. Well, I've been in real estate off and on for maybe 6 to 8 years. And I've had a wide variety of experience. I mean, I've worked in construction. I was a project manager for a while. But throughout the years, I've had my toes in real estate to some degree, usually on the administrative side. So I got into it when I was a little bit younger. Right as I got out of high school, started working for one of the top producers in the Truckee Tahoe area.
What kind of things were you doing? So I want to slow down and unpack just a little bit. So do you actually have some construction management experience or construction experience? That was kind of some of your early experience in working with properties and houses?
Yeah. Originally, did start out with some basic construction when I was younger, good pay, and that actually dovetailed into being a project manager for a remodel company, which has helped a ton in this industry. Obviously, gives me a lot of ground floor experience. So the background in construction and then dipping my toes into the real estate side, I realized I had a perfect background, had been working in marketing in the administrative side. And I saw this opportunity after speaking with you to jump into the sales side and kind of get that support that wasn't there on my previous thoughts of joining real estate.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about before you became an agent. You said you were working, doing some kind of marketing things. Were you assisting someone, or what was that experience like? And was there a point where you were seeing what agents were doing where you were like, you know what, maybe I can do this?
Yeah, 100%. So initially when I started, I was a little young, didn't think I really could tackle it. So, building the experience, really was an administrative assistant for one of the top producing agents. Went on from there to work for a couple different real estate companies, property management, handling a lot of the marketing side. And then it wasn't until my stint with Coldwell Banker in the Lake Tahoe area, where I was the regional marketing manager covering 3 of our satellite offices in that area, that I started to actually get a little bit more serious about the idea of jumping in and seeing what agents were doing and how they were controlling their clients, how they were working, and thought I could improve on those processes, substantially.
Got it. So what was that like? Were you seeing, like, because I always say, one of the things that's contributed to my success was I was always trying to get around other successful people. And one of the things that happened for me was I would see someone that was maybe 2, 3, or 4 steps ahead of where I was and more where I wanted to be. And then there was a weird kind of process that happens where I go, you know what, like, that person's doing this. They're smart, but they're like not any smarter than I am. They're hardworking, but they're not any more hardworking than I am. And that's where like that thought for me sparked, like, oh, I could do this. So do you recall, like, was there, because you how long were you working in the marketing director role for Coldwell Banker?
About 2 years, just shy.
2 years.
Yeah.
And was there a point where you were just like, you know what, like, I'm looking at these people and what they're doing, like, what was that?
Yeah, 100%. I think it was a mix of myself, that that realization once I'm seeing people get their commission checks and having those conversations and realizing, if they're capable of doing it, I definitely am. But at the same time, I actually had external pressure from a lot of my colleagues who said I was limiting myself being in this role and that I should pursue real estate just because I had that people aspect and have been doing it before. So it all kind of came together. I had some external encouragement. I, at one point, was helping kind of our admin processing some checks, not to make it about money, but started to see what, the income started to look like on the real estate side. And then the idea softened, warmed
Got it.
up substantially for me.
So part of it was the money, you saw the money potential there. The other part of it was you had people in the industry telling you, hey, Coulter, like, you're sharp, you're a good guy, you've got good people skills, you could probably do this. So that started to, because one of the things I'm zeroing in on here is on your road and path to a million, there's 4 milestones to becoming a millionaire real estate agent. The first is believing that you can earn, well, I guess for you, believing that you could be an agent and you could be successful. Now, once you got into it, it was like, oh, can I actually get to the point where I can earn $1 million in GCI in gross commission income? The next milestone is actually building your commission income up so you net and take home $1 million. And then lastly, it's, putting money into investments so you can just receive $1 million. And the cool thing is you're well on your way. So you took this experience from working inside the industry. You had some nudges from other people. What was it that got you kind of to the point where you had the courage enough to make the leap? You actually joined us at Real Estate Experts. Was it somebody that you saw here? What was it that you're like, okay, I think this is the environment that I can jump in and make it happen? What was behind that?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I've been in the industry for quite some time, so I got to see how the team dynamic plays out in a couple of different scenarios, and it was a mix of encouragement from you actually, and talking with you and Kelly, who was in the role previous to me, and we'll talk about the ISA role in a second, but seeing her success in the role and seeing the support that the company actually provided, I think that was my one hesitation as I was always kind of looking into getting in real estate. I didn't think I had the support or the mentorship to allow me to do it and be successful without struggling financially. So yeah, it was largely the company and watching Kelly's success and the support that I was able to get coming into the company, and I knew that would be my next step for me.
Got it. So in actuality, although you've only been an agent now for 6 months, it's actively selling. You actually started with us about 18 months ago. More not on the administrative side, but you started in a role that I think sets agents up for success. Sets new agents up for success better than any other, and that's what we call the inside sales role. So can you talk for a minute just about kind of what that path was like for you, what you learned and how you think that might have set you up for success? Because the momentum that you built to 24 million in 6 months, your first 6 months in the business is phenomenal. Tell these people a little bit about what the inside sales role is and how it did or didn't set you up for success.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think the ISA role was definitely integral to my success, and really ISA, it's not a glorious type position, but it's hammering the phones, it's client follow-up, it's maintaining what we call our pipeline. So really just that constant communication with clients, and honing in on my communication skills, for lack of better words, kind of getting the marbles out of my mouth and building that confidence early on. And so right there, that being kind of the framework for the follow-up today, I think was integral to my success to be able to really hone in on that.
I agree, because your kind of mentor coming into the business was Kelly Baldwin. She came in, she, just like you, spent 1 year working in that inside sales role. And what I like to say for agents who are newer to the business, like, don't go out and start selling right away. Like, the inside sales role puts you in a position where, you're fielding all these inbound calls for the agents, you're setting appointments, and you in the inside sales role have more conversations about real estate, in a month than most agents do in their first 2 years in the business. So that's what I've seen, at least, because if we look at the success of people who've done that, and the pay, it isn't great. You're not making the great money that you do as an agent, but it's like a paid internship,
Yeah.
And really sets you up. So cool. So tell us a little bit about what your experience or journey was like, going from how were you able to get 26 million or 24 million in business done in the first 6 months? What was it like with the leads and the training and the systems, and what things did you have to overcome to get there?
I think it was just a lot of knowledge based type stuff. Like I said, I mean, I went through the ISA role, which was kind of the CrossFit for real estate, as you mentioned before, really set me up to tackle it head on. The systems, everything that's provided by the company, allowed me to continue to expand outward. I already had an existing pipeline to a degree, so it allowed me to bring some momentum directly into the role. Already had some clients that I was working with right when I started as an agent, and again, like you said, it allowed me to kind of hammer out a lot of the talk tracks and have more conversations about real estate than I would have traditionally, probably in my first year. So I was well prepared by the time we hit the ground.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then I know some of the people are curious. They're like, okay, well, where's Coulter getting his business? Is it friends and family? Is it online leads? Is it open houses? Where would you say your business is coming from at this stage of where you are?
I'm unlike most agents where 40% is coming from SOI. I'm not from this area, not a native here. So my business is all driven off of online. I started in the agent role right around the same time COVID kind of was coming to an end. So a lot of it was still online based. I didn't kind of get the in-house or the open house clients coming through. So all of it's been online right now. So again, going back to that role as an ISA, it was just integral to learn how to kind of follow up and maintain that follow up and communication with clients. So pretty much all online. I have started to get some referral business. I'm still doing some work in Tahoe, do have some referral business up there, some sphere of influence, as we call it, or people within my group here that are still selling. Mostly online though, is where the majority of my business is coming from.
And that Zillow Flex partnership has been helpful in that.
Specifically Zillow Flex being the Zillow Flex partnership keeps my phone ringing consistently. hard to fail with that many calls.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And and I know, as a newer agent, when you're working online and you're with Zillow Flex, there's a referral fee due to Zillow Flex, so your net on each deal isn't as high as it would be if you were generating that business on your own. But I think you have a lot to look forward to. If we look at what some of our other partners have done, like NECA, for example, one of our people in our group, she came in the first year with us, did 36 transactions that first year. About 85% of the business was all online. So it was business that we generated and gave to them. But she, like you, was a great agent, delivered what we call a referable experience, where you just show up so strong and then follow up, because our automated follow-up systems, right, help you keep in touch with your past clients and sphere. And in her second year, she's gone on to about 60% sphere of influence business. And now her third year, she's like 80% sphere of influence. So it's a great database builder. Any thoughts or question, and any thoughts or wisdom or insight that you've gleaned so far in your first 6 months that you would impart or share with anyone else who maybe is either brand new in the business, what they should be thinking about, or what their path might look like, or somebody who's new that wants to go to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, I think relative to my position, if you are new to the industry, I highly recommend joining on a team. And if you can get into an ISA role, like you mentioned, kind of a paid internship where you can begin to have more of those conversations, I would 100% take that route, and I would do it 100 times over again. So if you are fresh into the industry, look for a team, look for an ISA role, something where you can start to learn while also providing some sort of income. For people that are looking at upping their game and bringing it over, real estate experts is obviously a great location where it's actually designed to, the company is actually designed to allow you to scale your business. And I think that's something that I love about the company as well. Not only to have that ground floor support, but like you mentioned about NECA, as I continue to grow my business, the support's there to continue to expand, to build that, hopefully one day build a team, which is, I think, my ultimate aspiration. I couldn't find a better flag to fly while doing so, other than real estate.
It's awesome. I look forward to seeing your continued success. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your success and what you've created. And I know it's not just hopefully you'll have a team. I know you'll have a team. You've got what it takes, and you're doing what it takes. So Coulter, thanks again for joining us today on our Road to a Million series, being the youngest and the what else would I say? I guess the newest member to the $1 Million Plus Club. Just want to congratulate you, and look forward to seeing more great things.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. And if you're considering growing your business, Be sure to check out our blog, Be a Real Expert, where we share training tips and insights. And if you want to take your business to the next level and you just haven't been able to get there, reach out to us for a complimentary strategy session where I or my director of sales will spend 30 minutes with you, uncover missed opportunities in your business, and see how you can go to the next level. Until we talk again, it's Brett Jennings and Coulter saying, don't just be an agent, be the expert.